Welcome to another live broadcast of Fire Your MD Now. Check me out 24/7 on the World Wide Web for all things holistic. That's fireyourmdnow.com. If you're listening to the podcast, the number to call for live support with an actual human being, 855-347-3696. That's 855-347-3696. And the number to call in live and talk to me Monday through Friday from 4 to 5 Central, 5 to 6 Eastern, and what's that, 2 to 3 Pacific time, if my math is correct. That number is 866-582-9933, 866-582-9933. Now, we're going to save the calls for the last half of the show because I'm very excited again. We have one of our favorite guests joining us. He is the Vice President of Leadership Development with Youngevity, the one, the only Mike Randolph. Mike, welcome back.
Doc, welcome. You know what? It's my pleasure to be here. You don't need to welcome me. I need to thank you for letting me just mouth off for a little while with you. This is an honor and a pleasure.
All right. Thanks a lot, man. Well, so listen. So bring us all up to speed, please, with what's happening lately with Youngevity, the growth of the company, and give me some inside information about the business end of the Youngevity stuff.
Wow. Well, I can only, as we're a publicly traded company, I can't give you anything that's going on too deep behind the scenes, but I will let you know. We are still continuing to smash records every single month, which just tells me that people are ready for this message. They're ready to fire their MD right now. And we've launched, during the month of October, we launched a little program we call the Healthy Body Challenge. And the Healthy Body Challenge really revolves around the core, the 90 for Life product core that we call the Healthy Start Pack that you talk about so much. We've launched a program so that if people don't want to pay for these products, if they want the advantage of taking these products, but they don't want to pay for them, all they have to do is refer 3 other folks to that Healthy Start Pack every month, and their product is absolutely free. Not we're going to come up with some funny way to rationalize the expense. We're going to give it to them absolutely for free. And let me tell you, this has taken off in a big way. Because as you know, in today's world, it's kind of tough out there, and people want what we have. Not all of them feel they can rationalize the expense. Well, you know what? We've completely removed that excuse, and we don't care how many customers they bring on. If every one of those customers wants free product as well, all they need to do is the same thing. And I know our CEO, Steve Wallach, and our president, Mr. William Andrioli, they talk about this every day, and their goal is to give away thousands, if not tens of thousands, perhaps even hundreds of thousands of these Healthy Start Packs starting right now. So that's kind of what's going on.
Well, yeah, it's great, I think. And, you know, the other thing that you alluded to at the very beginning, I think also is telling because, you know, facts are a stubborn thing. And where the rubber hits the road, you know, is in dollars and cents and stuff that's quantifiable. Oh, you know, my blood sugar numbers came down. My blood pressure numbers came down. My white count came down. My bank account went up, right? These are all things that we lean on, pragmatic, measurable things. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, every month of 2012, Youngevity has broken the previous month's record. Is that correct?
Absolutely, especially when we adjust things for seasonable variables. You know, there are natural ups and downs and ebbs and flows in our business, just like any other business. But when we look at seasonally adjusting these numbers, it's absolutely mind-boggling, the direction that we're heading in. And to the point, you know, I won't say anything too secret, but to the point where we're being approached by other organizations asking the question, what the heck are you guys doing? Because we have become the talk of the town in network marketing circles as well as in nutritional circles. And, you know, we have Dr. Wallach to thank for that. And, of course, we have you, Dr. Glidden, to thank for that. And we couldn't be more excited.
Well, you know, it's one big happy family. It's a team effort, and I remind everybody what Benjamin Franklin said, right? Unless we hang alone, we most assuredly will hang separately. That's one of the greatest things about longevity, generally speaking, specifically speaking, and about network marketing, generally speaking, because we are building a grassroots coalition of thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people all across the country. And it's one big family, right? One team, one dream. And it's true. It's really quite remarkable when you think about it. And I was crunching the numbers the other day, man. And, you know, I go out of my way telling people the pharmaceutical industry, big pharma, big technological juggernaut, for-profit, monopolistic medicine in the United States does not want you to know what Dr. Wallach knows. They don't. They don't want you to know that healing is easy. They don't want you to know that your body has the ability to fix itself. They don't want you to know that your body knows how to fix itself, and they certainly don't want you to know that most chronic diseases are simple nutrient deficiencies, and your body has a relatively easy time of getting on the other side of a chronic disease if it just has the raw materials that it needs. The pharmaceutical for-profit engine in this country does not want you to know that. Well, guess what? The banking industry, the corporate America, does not want you to know the wonders of a strong network marketing company. We have been hypnotized by corporate America into trading our time for money. And I crunched the numbers the other day. Here's how it goes. If you become a longevity member and you bring in one longevity member a month, the business builder, and they bring in one longevity business builder a month, and everybody just buys one Healthy Start Pack. The Healthy Start Pack is, of course, our foundation medical nutrition program. It gives you all 90 essential nutrients that you need. It is the best nutritional combination of nutritional supplements currently available on planet Earth. You just bring in one person a month. They bring in one person a month. Everybody buys just one Healthy Start Pack. At the end of the 12th month, there are 4,095 people in your organization. 4,095 people in your organization. And your monthly check with longevity goes to $19,442. 19,000 bucks. You're making 19 grand a month for an initial investment of $399, and I don't even want to tell you what it's going to be on month 13 because you wouldn't believe me, quite frankly. And, you know, this is an extremely conservative estimate because you're just finding one person. Now, you want to find one person a week, go for it. You want to find one person a day, go for it. But with numbers like this, Mike, this is like compound interest. And if I say it all the time, if people had any idea of the possibilities of the income stream generated by a good, solid network marketing company, everybody in the country would be doing it.
You know, you're absolutely right. And I want to point out to our listeners, you know, some people, Doc, they say, oh, that's too good to be true. That sounds like one of those things. That sounds like, you know, one of those schemes that we hear about on the nightly news. Well, let me tell you, I want you guys to compare this to the success of, if I may be so bold as to mention, you know, the iPhone. Everyone that has an iPhone is a network marketer, and they are network marketing for Apple because when you have one of those, you show everyone and you convince your friends to get one so that you can use all the features together that those phones have, and they tell their friends and they tell their friends. And that is how Apple's built an empire, and that is how Apple has got people to stand in line for hours upon hours, days upon days, to get the newest version. Yet, every single one of the people in that line didn't get paid a dime. You take that and you plug that into our system, and the folks in that line, excuse me, would be getting paid to do the advertising for that company that they're already doing. That really is what network marketing is all about.
And it's a wonderful thing. And, you know, folks, I would rather make 1% on the efforts of 1,000 people than make 100% on the efforts of me, right? Wouldn't you? Wouldn't you rather
absolutely.
make...
now you've got 1,000% instead of 100%.
Yeah, numbers don't lie. And one of the things that I liked best about the longevity compensation plan, and for those of you who are novices to network marketing, every network marketing company, I don't care what they're offering. I don't care if they're selling, air conditioners or room humidifiers or pet food or makeup or whatever it is. Doesn't matter. Every network marketing company has a compensation plan. That's the structure in place through which the distributors are paid. And every company has different requirements for their distributors to be paid. Not all network marketing company compensation plans are created alike. Let me tell you something. And when you compare Longevity's compensation plan to the compensation plan of Amway, to the compensation plan of New Skin, to the compensation plan of Monavi, to the compensation plan of Herbalife, right? It is user-friendly. It is extremely user-friendly. Longevity was designed in order to build a grassroots coalition of the informed, to build a grassroots network of people all around the world showing their friends and family and church members and community members how to get on the other side of nasty health conditions using science-based, clinically verified medical nutrition. This is a mission before commission organization. It is a mission before commission organization. And the compensation plan was set up to be loaded on the user's end, not on the company's end. The company's never been late with a check in 17 years. And, you don't have to borrow from Peter to pay Paul. It's not that kind of a situation. Longevity pays its distributors first, pays the company second, and this is why the company is growing so incredibly consistently in an economy like this. Numbers don't lie, folks. Facts are a stubborn thing. Right now, we're lucky to have Mike Randolph with us, the Vice President of Leadership Development with Longevity. Mike, I want your prediction. What's going to happen to the economy, man? Are we going to stick in this recession? Are we coming out? Are we going down? What do you think?
Well, you know what? It depends. It depends on us. I think a lot of people like to point fingers at politicians for the economy the way we like to point fingers at our medical system and our MDs and complain about our health. And we depend on those systems to take care of us when in reality we really need to take care of ourselves. And if we can snap out of the trance, I think we'll be in great shape. One of the things I talk about a lot is similar to what you talk about a lot, is how we've been brainwashed and conditioned into a certain way of thinking. You talk a lot about people believing that the answers to their health lie in their MDs, and on the wealth side of things, we've been taught that the answer to our income, the answer to our long-term wealth lies in corporate America or perhaps in the government. And, we think a little bit differently. We want people to snap out of that and realize if it's to be, it's up to me. There's more money today than there ever has been. There is absolutely more money today than there was yesterday and every other day before that. There's plenty of it to go around. If you feel that you're not going to get money within your grasp, if you're just going to be trading your time for money at that job, then you know what? That will become your reality. But if you want to step away from that, if you want to move in the direction of prosperity, if you want to believe that you can leverage your efforts and other people's efforts, then you can plug into a system like Longevity has, and you can see wealth beyond your wildest dreams, because we don't pay people for their time, Doc. We pay people for results. And if you bring, and through your efforts and your team and their efforts, if you bring a lot of customers to the table, you know what? You're going to get paid a little piece of every single one of those purchases every time they make a purchase from now until, you know what, until the time they don't or until the system keeps growing. We're 17 years and going strong, and like you said, we haven't missed a paycheck yet.
Well, in one of my first blushes with Longevity, I was giving a lecture in Utah, and one of the top Longevity business earners, he was sponsoring the lecture. And I asked him, I said, Blake, his name is Blake Graham, by the way. I said, Blake, how much income did your longevity business generate for you in the first year? I just wanted to get a sense. What's realistic? What kind of money can people, guesstimate that they're going to make in the first year of business? And he looked at me, he thought for a moment, there was a pregnant pause, and he said, I have no idea because I'm still making money from the first year that I was in business. I said, what are you talking about? He said, well, I brought people in the first year in this business, and they're still purchasing products 17 years later. So in reality, I'm still making money on the efforts that I put in place 17 years ago. And that just blew my mind, and that really, I think, speaks volumes, really, to the power of the network. What do you think?
Well, you know what? It exists already in every company in America and around the world. Those relationships are already there. But what corporate America convinced us to do is they say, look, come here, we're going to pay you for your time, and then when we don't need you anymore, we're going to kick you to the curb. And they continue to make that money month after month after month after month for every customer that comes to the table. And, I wager that there are folks on this line today that have already made millions of dollars through their efforts, but they've made them for someone else. And they ended up just trading their time for money. And, the wealthy people in the world understand that money truly is an unlimited resource. We've been taught that money is a limited resource, but they understand it's an unlimited resource. And we've been convinced that time is an unlimited resource because we all have it and we all just give it away. We spend our time frivolously and trade it for a little bit of money. And the wealthy understand that time is a limited resource, and they treat their time very carefully. That's why, even if I had Oprah's cell phone, I could call her and I wouldn't talk to her, that's for sure, because she pays people hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars every year to make sure that people don't waste her time, because that's the commodity that she has a limited quantity of. She doesn't know how much she's got left, but she knows it's very valuable. And you know what? We all have the same time. We just don't look at it the same way.
Speaking of time, we're out of it right now.
We're out.
Thanks so much, Mike. It's always a pleasure talking to you. Welcome back, everybody. Dr. Peter Glidden. So much fun to have Mike Randolph here. We're going to have him here for one entire segment on one of these days. Just too much knowledge in that guy's head. And, this is the thing, folks. If you've got a health problem, we can help you, probably. If you have a wealth problem, we can help you. Is this, some magic overnight pipe dream money sensation nonsense? No. It's as tried and true, practical, pragmatic, results-oriented a business model, which requires work on your part. It's called network marketing, so you have to do things. But if you commit to spending 1 hour a day, a power hour of networking every day, then you are not going to recognize your bank book 12 months from now. This business is not for everybody. Driving a taxi cab, that's not for everybody. Owning a yogurt stand, that's not for everybody. Having an insurance business, that's not for everybody. Waiting tables, that's not for everybody. Working on a fishing boat, that's not for everybody. There's no business anywhere that's for everybody. But if you like telling the truth, if you like helping people, and if you enjoy the idea of an unlimited residual income stream, and you have $399, then you should join us and check it out and get your feet wet. As God is my witness, you do not know what you're missing. All right. I'm Dr. Peter Glidden, your friendly neighborhood naturopath, your steadfast advocate for health, and to prove that, we are going to change gears here, go right over to the telephones, and it looks like somebody's calling. I'm going to give it up to you guys. Whoever's there on the phone, welcome aboard. I'm Dr. Peter Glidden. Thanks for calling.
Yes, I'm Derek. I had called you a while ago, and I'd heard about the Healthy Start Pack, and I was a little skeptical, and I ordered it, and you told me how well it would work on sickle cell anemia. Well, It's incredible. I mean, it is incredible because I've never been able to go 24 hours and not eat and be able to fast, and my hunger goes way, way, way down. My energy goes way up. The weather changes. It doesn't bother me. I mean, I only have one request. Sickle cell affects more people than hemophilia and cystic fibrosis combined, but it's primarily African American. Yeah. And I'm trying to share it with the people that have it, and there's not information about really it on the internet too much or that I can access. I would love for y'all to really do a show about sickle cell.
All right, that's great. I'm going to put that on the ticket off list, and I will devote one show to sickle cell anemia, and I will dial that in by the end of the year, so I can promise you that that's going to happen. And please go to fireyourmdnow.com, and on my website I have an event calendar. And I haven't started posting the radio topic events because, quite frankly, we're just not that organized, and I'm swamped. I mean, I'm working from sunrise to sunset here. And the radio show is a one-man deal. I'm starting to get a little bit of extracurricular help here. So I'm going to slowly start putting on my event calendar the subjects that we're going to be talking about every once in a while on the radio. So keep checking back. But, Derek, don't hang up. I want to let's be honest here, okay? All right, so first of all, since the last time that you called into the radio show, have we spoken at all?
No, we haven't.
And did I get in touch with you, or did you get in touch with me today before the radio show to tell me that you were going to call?
No.
Great, man. So this is a totally cold call out of the blue. You're calling back to check in. Was your call screened by anybody? Did anybody, say, oh, if you got anything good to say or anything bad to say? Did any of that happen?
No, it's hard to get in. It's just hard to get in. So but here's the kicker. I've never been able to go on a fast for 3 days and eat once every 24 hours without being in ER. This Healthy Start Pack goes beyond making you feel okay. This makes you feel like Superman.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, it's the tip of the iceberg, too, man. So let's dial it in a little bit more for you, okay?
Okay.
All right, so now, from our point of view, sickle cell anemia is caused by your red blood cells. By the way, folks, sickle cell anemia is a problem that affects the red blood cells in your body. And red blood cells carry oxygen. That's one of the main things that they do. And when, instead of looking like a pie plate, your red blood cell looks like a crescent moon, that's when you have sickle cell anemia. That's why it's called sickle cell. It resembles a sickle, those things that they used to cut wheat with, right? So it's an old-fashioned, oldie-timey term, right? So sickle cell anemia, when people have sickle cell anemia, their red blood cells can't carry as much oxygen as a healthy person's can. And so it's easy for them to get winded. Their energy's in the gutter a lot. And, often sickle cell people have to eat and eat and eat just to keep a little bit of energy flowing because their blood just doesn't have the capacity to carry as much energy as a normal person's can. Now, from our point of view, the only reason that the cell turns from a pie plate into a crescent moon is because the cell membrane, which defines the shape of the cell, has lost its structural integrity. Why has it lost its structural integrity? Because the body has simply run out of the nutrients that it needs in order to keep those cells healthy. So what do? Well, for goodness sake, this ain't rocket science, right? If you had a broken bone, what do you think I'd do? I'd recommend you take more bone nutrients, right? More calcium and phosphorus and minerals. Well, if you have sickle cell, what am I going to do? I'm going to recommend you take more red blood cell nutrients. This isn't rocket science. Your body knows how to fix itself. Your body wants to fix itself. We stop eating food that's gumming up the works, give you the nutrients your body needs to get the job done, get her done, get out of the way, and voila, everything gets better. So in order to take this a step further, Derek, in addition to the Healthy Start Pack, you would be advised to add to your supplement program, when you can afford it, 1 bottle of Ultimate Selenium per 50 pounds of body weight per month, not to exceed more than 4 bottles a month, no matter how much you weigh. So if you're 100 pounds, you get 2 bottles a month. If you're 150, you get 3. If you're 200 pounds, you get 4 bottles a month. And if you're 250 pounds, you get 4 bottles a month, okay? So the Ultimate Selenium is the next thing for you to add in order to up the ante with your body's ability to generate healthy red blood cells. And then the next thing to add on top of that would be a product called glucogel, and we calculate the glucogel dose by dividing your body weight by 10. So if you're 210 pounds, you divide that. How much do you weigh, by the way, Derek?
Well, that's the crazy part about it. I'm losing weight because I'm not eating as much. So I was 213. I'm probably 200 now.
Oh, you got to love it, right? And see, this is a side effect of the holistic treatment, that you lose weight. I mean, your energy gets better, your sex drive gets better, your appetite gets better, your mood gets better, your sleep gets better, right? And what happens when you take prescription medicine? Everything gets worse. Your energy gets worse, your sex appetite gets worse, your appetite gets worse, your energy gets worse, your sleep gets worse, everything gets worse. And see, this is what I'm telling you, man. Everybody in the world is a potential customer, because everybody has been convinced by 100 years of pharmaceutical profiteering and advertising to believe that when it comes to medicine, the guru of gurus of medicine is the MD, and everybody else is a back-of-the-bus quack. And even though the MDs deliver substandard treatments, deliver ineffective and dangerous treatments, we continue to go back to them because we don't know there's another way. This is the other way. And there are hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people just like you who need to know this. And that's why this company was set up as a networked business. Because instead of trying to fight Big Pharma, instead of trying to, go to City Hall and require states to legislate and regulate naturopathic medicine and get insurance companies to pay for it and build more naturopathic medical schools and turn out more naturopathic doctors, instead of doing that nonsense, we're just going to say, you know what? Healing is easy. Stop going to the MDs. Stop giving them your money. Stop using pharmaceutical medicines, unless you're in an automobile accident and have some trauma. Just stop using the system. Don't do it. Just stop. And instead, educate yourself about the wonders of science-based medical nutrition. Get a Healthy Start Pack. Everybody should get a Healthy Start Pack. Everybody should stop eating the 10 bad foods. And guess what? Just like you, Derek, when everybody does that, everybody starts to feel better. And I tell you what, from a business model, a pure business model, let's put aside all social concerns. Let's put aside all, thoughts of helping our brothers and sisters. Let's just put all of that on the back burner for a minute. From a dollars and cents point of view, does it not make sense to get involved in a business whose and they're the only ones that make the products that they make? Nobody else makes their products, and their products are the best products on the market. I mean, it's just a no-brainer to get involved with a business like that. And when you add the social agenda from longevity, I mean, it just goes through the roof. So, Derek, how long have you been taking this stuff anyway?
Well, I started at the end of September, but here's the kicker. I noticed my eyes were going blurry a little bit, and it was hard to read, and now that's going away. My daughter was diagnosed with a lazy eye situation. Yeah. And now her vision is coming back 20/30, and the specialist said, "Why are you here?" And her eyes are getting better. It's incredible, and I just want people with sickle cell to talk to someone with sickle cell, because a lot of times it's hard to get people to listen because they've suffered so long and they're just in a brain lock or something.
Well, that's why we have the recommendation that we have to get people out of the brain lock is to bring them to the expert. So rather than trying to become the expert and convince people with your own words, what we recommend is you get a copy of Dr. Wallach's seminal lecture, Dead Doctors Don't Lie. You get a copy of that CD. You get a copy of my CD, Who Made the MD King or Healing is Easy. You get 10 CDs each, and you've got them. You got them in your coat pocket. You got them on you, and you walk around town. And when you meet somebody who has a health concern, you just walk up to them and say, "Listen, man, I see that you're suffering there, but you know what? I know a doctor who says you don't have to suffer with that. If I lend you these CDs, will you listen?" That's all that you do. You lend the CDs, man. Bring people to the restaurant. Don't try to be the chef. Bring people to the expert. Don't try to be the expert. Have people listen to the CDs And then if they liked what they heard on the CDs, if a little light went off in their brain, then you can invite them to the radio show, you can invite them to a Youngevity event, and when you become a member of Youngevity, we teach you how to do those. They're easy, they're fun, and this is how we're going to change the world, man. This is how we're going to change the world. So if you haven't done it already, brother, join us. Join us, become a member of Youngevity. I mean, you can join us for $10, and get your feet wet.
Yeah, I actually already joined, and like really October 15th, I called and I said, well, what will it take for me to receive a commission? They said, you already got a check coming, because I just shared it with a few people. I said, what? I said, what do I have to do to qualify? And they said, it's on the way.
I know, man.
And I said, I've never seen nothing like this before.
I'm telling you, man, this is why we do it, because we make it so easy, because we're trying to change the world, and every army needs to be paid, right? And
right.
So we're growing a grassroots army, and it's better to have an easy method than a hard method. Derek, you're the greatest, man. Appreciate your faith, appreciate your trust, appreciate your taking your health into your own hands. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. We've got time for one, maybe two more people. I tend to talk too much. Wanted to keep Derek on because that was just a cool testimonial. By the way, we don't screen any calls here. It's all just catch as catch can. I have no idea what people are going to say before they get on, which is pretty cool, don't you think? I think so, too. All right, we're going to talk to Rich next. Rich is calling from Utah. Rich, thanks for calling and thanks for waiting. You are live.
Hey, thanks, Dr. Glidden. Hey, I'm calling on a customer that, potential customer anyway, that's got some issues with all kinds of things. She sounds like a walking train wreck. She's 5'6", 28 years old, weighs 235 pounds, has a history of migraines, attention deficit disorder, endometriosis, polycystic ovaries, severe plaque and goutte psoriasis, and then psoriatic arthritis, most every joint in her body.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, she is a train wreck, and this is, a testament to the complete and utter ineffectiveness of conventional American medicine. I mean, for goodness sake, to see a kid walking around with all of these conditions, it should make you shudder with fear to even be 100 feet within the door of a medical doctor's office, because they got nothing. They got nothing for this, man. They've got nothing. All right, so here's what I wanted to do. Now, good for you for calling, Rich. Good for you for, catching this pass and not dropping the ball. But what's better, right? What's better,
yeah.
Time for a little tough love, right, is to have her call. Because if she calls and hears it from the horse's mouth, it's going to be perhaps a little bit better. I mean, I don't know what your relationship with her is like, but it's always best to try to get your potential customers to call up themselves so that they can hear it straight from the horse's mouth. But in any event, good on you for carrying our standard out into the world. So here's what I'm going to...
I'll probably put her on the podcast later.
All right, good man. All right, so here's what I'm going to recommend, of course, with polycystic ovarian syndrome. That's a cholesterol deficiency, so she needs to be eating more cholesterol. She needs to be eating eggs and butter, full-fat dairy, full-fat yogurt, chicken with the skin, right? Lots and lots of cholesterol, and make sure she's salting her food. She has to, of course, eliminate all 10 bad foods. And tell her not to worry. It does not fat that makes people fat. It's too many calories that make people fat. The plaque psoriasis is caused by oxidative damage to the skin and also a lack of nutrients to the skin. So in order to support and promote the health of the skin in the face of an MD diagnosis of psoriasis, the recommendation is 1 anti-aging Healthy Start Pack per 100 pounds of body weight per month, 1 anti-aging Healthy Start Pack. At 2 1/4, I would give her 4 bottles of selenium. 4 bottles of selenium per month, and so that would be 2 anti-aging Healthy Start Packs, right? 4 bottles of selenium, and as much Triple Treat chocolate as she can afford, because we need to increase the antioxidant, the amount of antioxidants in her body, because plaque psoriasis is caused by oxidative damage to the skin. So we're attempting to decrease the amount of oxidative damage by increasing the amount of antioxidants every day in her body. Her target goal of antioxidants should be 100,000 ORAC points of antioxidants a day. 100,000 ORAC points of antioxidants a day. Now, with that program that I just described, she's going to need about 50,000 more antioxidant points a month, and that's where the Triple Treat chocolate comes in. If that's not inside her budget, then she needs to just educate herself about the ORAC value of foods. You know, curry powder and cinnamon and walnuts and red wine and green tea, etc., 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 are loaded with antioxidants. Her target needs to be 100,000 ORAC a day of antioxidants. All right. Now, the arthritic stuff is caused by an egregious lack of joint nutrients, and what do we do in this case? Well, we give the body the stuff that the joints need to support and promote their health, and that's the glucogel. So in a perfect world, she would add to the previous program 1 glucogel capsule per 10 pounds of body weight per month. And finally, because of the rheumatoid factor, the killer biotic, because we believe that rheumatoid arthritis is caused by the presence of a little bug living in the joints. So the killer biotic will support the strength of her immune system to kill little nasty invaders. I'd give her at 200+ pounds 2 killer biotics a month. That's the only supplement you can't take if you're pregnant, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. It's the only one. Thanks a lot for calling, Rich. Wish we had more time. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you next week. I'm traveling tomorrow. It's going to be a repeat show. I'll see you next week, Monday. I'm Dr. Peter Glidden, your steadfast advocate for health. Check me out on the World Wide Web, fireyourmdnow.com.